beautiful YouTube peoples. So you might have noticed a difference. Yes, I changed my name from maryberrystudy to maryberrystudio. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this, but basically I wanted to take the study out of my name because I graduated college and I wanted to be more inclusive of my work, so I changed it to maryberrystudio instead. And if you want to be updated on anything about me or any of my announcements, be sure to follow me at maryberrystudio on Instagram, because that tends to be where I post my announcements before they reach other platforms. Anywho, moving on to what this video is actually about. Today I am planning for the month of November in my bullet journal. This month I decided to do I don't really know what you would call it. It's kind of a mix of vintage, Victorian, Rococo. I don't really know. I kind of just went on Pinterest, found some pictures that I really liked, and I wanted to go back to my collage style of how I used to do my bullet journal because I feel that's my style. I'm not really a simplistic bullet journalist, especially on Instagram. You see that. People call me a maximalist. And I know on YouTube I mainly stuck to simple spreads, but that's just not me. I know that's kind of more popular, but it doesn't really work for me, and I find these collages really fun to do. So starting with my November cover page, you see me moving my pictures around, trying to find the perfect placement, perfect photos that I want to use for this spread in particular. I started off by writing November and trying to do a little calendar, but as you might see, I wrote it off center and it was bugging the crap out of me. I was like, let's try to make this work. But mistakes happen, and I kind of wanted to show you guys this. I thought about hiding it, but no one's perfect, so hope you guys don't mind me including this. I tried to cover it up with some of my paper of my journal by ripping it off in the back, but the pages in the Leuchtturm are a little bit thin, so it didn't really cover up my mistake that well. So I went ahead and just flipped the page and started a new one instead. Also, adding on to the vintage theme that I'm doing, I found these pictures on Pinterest of these photos of women, and the photos have captions on them that are extremely sassy and confident, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. And the way that they were edited, it makes it look kind of Victorian or vintage, kind of old school style. And I can't recite the captions because YouTube doesn't like curse words, and I think I have a little bit of a younger audience, so you can probably zoom up and see what it says. You can also go on Pinterest and see the photos, or look at the link below that I added. I have all the photos that I'm using in a little document, probably Google Docs, I don't know, I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to share all the photos. So if you want to create any of these spreads using these photos, you're absolutely welcome to, but I encourage you to do something a little bit different from what I did. Put your own spin on it. Use some different photos, use some different styles. I encourage creativity. I want to see what you guys make, and if you do, tag me on Instagram, send me a DM. I love to see what you guys make. You're so talented. I love it, and it makes my day. So wrapping up this spread, I'm finishing placing my photos, and I do print these photos out just with my printer. Nothing fancy, I promise. It's literally just copy paper and inkjet printer. I tape them in with crafter's tape. I got it on Amazon. It's a little blue dispenser doodad thing. You'll see it multiple times in this video. I can also put a link in the description below of what I'm using. It's really rad. Like it a lot. I'm also decorating the sides of my pictures with some washi tape. Most of them I got from AliExpress, where you can get washi tape for like anywhere from 60 cents to 80 cents. I have an AliExpress stationery haul up on my channel, and you can watch all the stuff that I got for like dirt cheap. I got I think it was like 26 items for $30, which is really awesome because they're all like full-size products, which is really cool. I also have to mention that most of the products have free shipping, which is really incredible and affordable. So if you're looking for cheap stationery, I definitely recommend AliExpress. Moving on to my next spread, I'm making a calendar for November. The boxes are a little bit tiny. I think they're 3.5 boxes by 4. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I know they're tiny, so if you're busy this November, this may not be the perfect layout for you. If that's the case, I recommend either doing a landscape tile or horizontal type calendar, or you can just spread the calendar off for 2 pages. Or you can do something that I like to do where I use like an actual planner. I just use a planner mainly for the monthly calendars. I mean, I could just use like a regular like wall calendar, but I'm too lazy to take planners on and off the wall. Or not planners, calendars on and off the wall, but you get my drift. Next, I did like a little black oval with the days of the week written in a white pen on top, but as you can probably see, it wasn't really working quite well. I was using a Sakura Jelly Roll white pen, which are supposed to be really popular, and I had just gotten one and I wanted to try it out, but it didn't show up that well. And then I tried using my Pentel white pen, and that wasn't working well either. One day I'm gonna create a white pen that actually works, shows up on top of black paper or black ink, and doesn't dry out within 1 week. Saltiness aside, I finished up this monthly spread and I think it turned out pretty cute. And now I'm going to start my next spread, which I'm going to be calling my due date spread. And no, I don't mean like pregnancy due date, but like project due date. So I basically am centering this around a printable that I found of a library card or library checkout card. And what I'm going to be doing is using the left hand column to put the date of whatever project is due whenever I want to get something done, and use those following 3 columns to write out what needs to be done. There's definitely not too much space in this due date card, but I think it's a cute idea and I'm going to see how it goes, and I hope that it works out. On the next page, I'm going to be doing my brain dump page. I love to include these spreads in my bullet journal. Basically what a brain dump is you can write whatever the heck you want on this page. I mainly use it for planning. Last month, I basically wrote little subheadings where I wrote YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, anything I was working on, and then underneath I wrote bullet points for what I wanted to get done on that platform. Worked really well, kept me really organized. You can use brain dump however you like. You don't have to use it the same way I do. But yeah, it's a nifty little page, and I recommend that you include one in your November spreads. Wrapping up my brain dump page, I added an image of one of those confident women that I found on Pinterest where the caption says, "I simply had to call you and tell you that I couldn't care less." I love it. It's great. These photos are amazing. So moving on to the next page, I'm going to be doing one weekly spread for you guys. Now, I normally plan basically at the last minute when it comes to my weeklies. I mainly plan like the day before each day. Like I plan Tuesday on a Monday night kind of thing. And when I do that, it basically lets me know how much space I'm gonna need to plan in my journal. That way, if you were planning out the whole week and you wrote down all 7 days, sometimes one day doesn't have as much as the next day and you end up having a weird little gap between like Monday and Tuesday. And I'm not a big fan of that. Basically, any empty space bothers me in my journal and I want to fill it and it makes me uncomfortable. So to avoid that, I tend to plan things day by day, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to plan the week out. So with this weekly spread, I'm basically channeling the same vibe that I have for the monthly spread that I did a page back. I'm using the same black ovals, and then I'm going to be writing back over it with a white gel pen. Multiple white gel pens because none of them work. And as you can see, I'm failing miserably. And I tried rolling the pen against like a lot of paper, and that did help. So give that a try if you're having trouble. So I'm finishing up this weekly spread as well as my November plan with me. I realized I forgot to film a quick little flip through of the pages I just did. So if you want to see these pages again or completely filled out, check me out on Instagram at maryberrystudio. I post a lot on there and I'm quite active. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware of all my future videos. Also, quick shout out to all my patrons over on Patreon. You guys make these videos possible. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and being with me. You guys are the best. If you guys want stickers to your door every single month or cool printables and all sorts of jazz, that's really awesome. Check me out on Patreon. Link is down below, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!